Namaste everyone, it's Jody. I'm back with another tutorial today. We are going to make a Lariat style necklace with the Budding Romance Bargain Bead Box for February 2024. And I think it's going to be pretty, and I think it's going to be fun, and I know it's going to be super easy to make. So let's go ahead and get started right away. Okay everybody, I'm back, and we do have some things from the bead box. So we have the little garnets, we have some of the Malaysia jade, and we also have the bead caps, and we have this pendant that we're going to be using as part of our design. I also pulled that are actually the sister store's products. I have this little heart toggle, which we're not going to use as a toggle. We're going to use it as our other part of the Lariat. It's not going to be the kind of Lariat that you can pull apart, but it's going to be long enough to fit over your head. These cute little floral spacer beads, we're going to be using those as well. If you guys remember, if you got this box or not, I think it was last year sometime, but it's the little peridot chips, and I have some random spacers and some jump rings, wire guardians, stuff like that in this little pile here. So what my vision was for this is I thought I wanted it to look kind of like a flower garden, right? So which is why I went and chose this, because it just kind of reminds me of like little leaves in a way. Not going to do anything difficult with it. It's going to be really simple and easy, but I wanted to show you what I was thinking about. So let's go ahead and I'll put this one aside, but I want to have 35 inches of 7-strand bead-along wire as well to use in the satin gold. All right, so I have that, and let's just make our little piles. All right, we're going to try to make this quick and painless for you guys. Make it easy. But yeah, these just remind me of like a beautiful flower somehow. You know what I mean? I don't know why, but it just does. And I'm thinking about like, this should be the color of some flowers in a garden. And so I wanted to use that as my inspiration in my mind. So here we go. We got ourselves a good little start here. And the thing I'm going to do first is I'm going to connect one of these ends right away. And I think what I want to do is I want to connect this end right away, because this is the one that we're going to end up stringing it through like this. So we're going to go ahead and put our stuff on for this heart. And these really large toggles like this, they make really, really great pieces for a Lariat. In case you have, some people don't like to use toggles. I know I actually got my hands on some toggles that seem to just come open so easily. So I've decided to use them primarily as either for like an earring connector type thing, or a pendant, or like I said, like for a Lariat, stuff to dangle something from. And I'm like, I'm just not gonna put this on a necklace and have it fall off me, or on a bracelet and lose it after, you work so hard. And, beads and supplies aren't cheap, right? So I know that this stuff can be very expensive, and you don't want to lose any of it. All right, so get our pliers out here. So it was 60 degrees when I left from work today. It was 30 when I went to work today. So this is why all of us are feeling kind of ick right now, because we have our sinuses going crazy, and if you can probably hear it in my voice, like I get raspy off and on. It's been like that for a couple days. So I don't know, or I should say about a week, because that's how long this weird weather has been going on, a week or 2 weeks. All right, so I hooked on my heart, and we'll go ahead and start beading this, but at some point I'm going to want to put my string through the heart before I put this guy on. And let's see, I don't know if these will, and you guys, I'm so sorry that I am using these teeny tiny beads again, and you know that I'm as blind as a bat when it comes to these little itty bitty beads. I don't know why I do this to myself every single time, but I do. I just do. And I'm not just doing it to myself, I'm doing it to you guys too. So hopefully, maybe I'll have something entertaining to tell you about. I don't really know. I do know today is Wendy's birthday, so happy birthday to you, Wendy, in heaven. I know for a fact that you must be having the most glorious birthday you've ever had. And we all miss her. We all miss her bad. And it's, you never ever stop missing. Oh, I'm so sorry. You guys, I just messed up my camera. You never stop missing somebody. Let me move that. Let me fix that. There we go. When they're gone, to heaven, but you do take comfort in knowing where they are, and that you'll see them again one day. All right, so my string is so long, so I'm just going to bead on some things before I start going crazy and moving them all down, and we'll move them down in a little bit. And I'm just doing a super random pattern here. I'm not going to do anything specific. I just want it to look very very gardeny. So I am going to use those little green chip beads throughout as well, just to give it a little bit of spring look to it. Oh my goodness. Yep, I got double trouble here, you guys. I've got the green chip beads and I've got the garnets. So I might get like partway through, show you guys what I'm doing, and then go ahead and pause it, do the rest, and then show you how I'm gonna close it off and everything. We'll see how quickly I can get moving on this. And I need to pay attention to like how I'm putting these spacer beads, because I want them to make sure that they're going the right side up. Because I know at some point halfway through the necklace, I'm gonna have to go the opposite way with them so that the right side is up. Otherwise it'll just look weird. All right, so let me cut off the rest of this little piece of wire here, because it's not gonna fit through those peridot beads very easily. There we go. All right, so there we go. That's what I want it to look like. I want it to look nice and springy and just real fresh and pretty. I do know I want to put the green ones, a couple of them around each one of these beads, these spacer beads. So I'm just picking them at random. If I have any that have too, like the hole is too close to the edge, I'm just gonna toss those or toss them aside anyway. I'm sure I could find something to do with them, glue them on something or whatever. But as far as stringing, I don't want them falling off or anything. I hope your guys' week has gone pretty good, or really good actually. It's been kind of a pretty easy week for me. Not too bad. I mean, we're busy at work, but I like being busy at work versus not being busy at work. And it's been busy. And we have 4 interviews lined up for accounts receivable, so that should really help us out a lot. I'm hoping that they are really good. So you guys who are praying for us to find somebody, thank you so much, because we're a step in the right direction. We actually have some really good applicants. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You have no idea how much it means to me. Our busy season starts because we're in like the flooring business. We do We sell flooring for residential, and we sell all the chemicals and stuff to refinish a floor, residential and for gymnasiums. So our busy season, our Christmas is like when the schools are out. So spring break, Christmas break, and summer break, because that's when the gymnasiums get, refinished, when all the kids aren't there. So that's our busy time, and we do not need to be the shorthanded during that time, because we will all go mad. I mean, we're busy enough anyway with a full staff where we're kind of a little bit twitchy, but when we make it, we all do have really good sense of humor, so we can get through with some laughter, which is really helpful. But yeah, so I just really, like I said, I appreciate you guys for keeping us all in your thoughts and prayers during this time, because it's been rough. I'm not gonna lie, it's been real rough. All right. So when I was thinking about what I wanted to do with some of these beads, I kept thinking garden. So I started going through my stash, and I'm like, do I have anything that, reminds me of a garden? And I found these. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot I had those. And it's so funny that everything came from either a bargain bead box or Bead Box Bargains website. And like the only thing that didn't come from there is my wire, and I think some of my little findings. But other than that, all the main components to this necklace came from there. So it's pretty cool. All right, let's see. Let's do one of these little garnets. So we had a really easy dinner tonight. Made pasta and a salad. So that was like super duper easy. But I found a crock pot recipe that I'm going to try out at some point this weekend. We have Jacob's, my husband's oldest son, Jacob's birthday to celebrate this Saturday. So he's coming down here. He lives about an hour away. So he's coming down here, and Shane's gonna cook him his favorite dinner, which is usually shepherd's pie. And I'm gonna make a cheesecake. This time I'll remember to take a picture. He has requested raspberry. So I'll be making a fresh raspberry compote for this cheesecake, and I will make sure this time I take a picture, because I say I'm gonna do something, and then I get literally so distracted by something, and I totally forget. I totally forget. And I'm sure that, there's some of you who can relate, the forgetfulness and stuff like that. But man, I mean, I like to think I used to be really good about remembering to, follow through with something when I say I was going to do it. But apparently it's getting bad. All right. Okay. Let's just do, let's go ahead and go right into these little green ones. Oops. When I get about halfway through, I'm going to just stick to all one bead. So I'll probably just do a bunch of these, since I have so many of them, around the back of the neck. I don't know. I was thinking about doing that, but then again, I may not. I may just keep going with, the randomness, and just, in case somebody wants to wear it, in a different way, like, style it differently. Okay, I am not going to waste too much time on some of these beads. I'm just going to stick them in a little tray if I can't find it. Oop, that one's out of here. They're so tiny, but they're so gorgeous. I just love these. When I saw these for the first time, I just about melted because, well, this is, first of all, this is my son's birthstone. He was born in August. My daughter was almost a diamond, but she came 2 days early, earlier than what her due date was. So she's like, nope, I wanted to be aquamarine. But when you look at a peridot and an aquamarine by each other, they're like the perfect match. And then, you know, we have Jacob, who is amethyst, and Xander, who is emerald, like myself. And Shane is, I think December is, oh my gosh, I forgot what December is. I think the real stone is turquoise, but I think they use a different one, some kind of sapphire, I think. But I know for sure September is sapphire. I'll have to look up what December is because I'm kind of wondering about that now. Okay, so here we are. Let's see where we're at. Okay, we got quite a ways to go for halfway, but you see what I'm doing here? So I'm just kind of breaking this apart. Now these other 3 are going to go on the other side. So I'm going to do some beading on my own up around the back, and I'll come back to the other side and we'll finish up the other side and finish the necklace. Does that sound good? All right, I'll be back, guys. Okay, everyone, I am about halfway through and I am needing some more beads on my mat. So let's make some room here. I need some more of these 8mm beads and some more of these. There we go. All right, some more bead caps. Let's just use them all. Okay, so we're getting about halfway around, and I know that I want to be able to hang this on the one end, so I'm just kind of eyeballing to see where I need to start putting in my little flowery branches. And I did end up making some kind of pattern, which is really funny because I'm always like, I'm not gonna do a pattern. Well, the next thing I know, I'm like, hey, I like the way that looks. So then I do a pattern. It's still a very random looking kind of pattern, but it's still a pattern. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny how I do that. I think me saying I'm not doing a pattern is me saying I don't feel like planning that hard into this, so I'm not going to say I'm going to do a pattern. But you guys have seen me do patterns before, so it's not like I don't do them. Just when I'm making this style of necklace, something like this especially, I like it to be very different. You know, I want it to really stand out. I want it to be really eye-catching and, you know, just grab somebody's attention, and hopefully in a positive way, not in a negative way. I was beading just fine until I got on camera, you guys. I think you guys make me nervous. Oh, I'm just kidding. You don't make me nervous. There we go. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Oh, that one seems a little thin. I'm going to take that one off for now. If we have to use it later, we will, but I don't think we're going to need to. I don't think we're going to need to worry about it too much. And it's not going to matter if they line up exactly these spacers, because when you're putting on a lariat, it's all going to be different lengths anyway. I just want them to be roughly around the same area. I think I picked that one up before. Okay, let me get back on track here. All right, so now let's do our little pattern knot pattern that I was doing. I like to bead on several so I can just there we go. Yep. So I've been doing grocery delivery a lot lately because I just haven't had time to go do it, and to actually go do the grocery shopping itself. And I've been doing it so it gets dropped off on Friday, so it kind of frees up my weekends for my other things that I have going on. And like this Saturday I have, which I'm kind of bummed in a way because I haven't been able to go grocery shopping with Mom in a while, but she told me this morning that was not a big deal and she was fine with it and all that. But anyway, I have Hashimoto's. So anyone who's familiar with it, it's like an autoimmune. And when I was first diagnosed, shortly after my son was born, I was just diagnosed that it was like my thyroid just didn't work. So I had to be on thyroid medication. But then last year I actually found a new doctor who really listened to everything that was going on in my life and how I was feeling and everything, and ran extra blood tests and came back and she's like, well, you have been on the wrong medication for nearly 20 years. So, not that it was bad for me, it just wasn't helping all of my symptoms that I was having. And, she was really surprised that no one caught it. And I said, well, they don't. And I would go in for my blood work, when I needed to. But that's what I have to do Saturday morning is I need to go in for some blood work. So I know that I need to go do that. And I don't really want to run around any more than that because I need to get home and make a cheesecake. So I gotta make sure I have a cheesecake ready for that night after dinner so we can have dessert with our dinner. Some of these are really not great little beads, but it's okay. We're gonna get through it. We'll be fine. And I have to also schedule my mammogram to make sure I am getting that done to take care of myself. And, there's a lot, there's a lot to taking care of yourself, isn't there? I mean, it should be easier than that. Like, take your vitamins, get a good night's sleep, eat some vegetables and some fruit, and you be good to go. Apparently that's not how it works. We, tend to start having, different things going on with us when we get older, or if we just have some illnesses that have to be, looked after and treated, that's a thing too, so. All right. We are getting there, you guys. We are just about done with this. Thank you for listening to me talk today. I was sitting there this morning and just, contemplating life as I do in the morning sometimes. And I know that, I've said that sometimes I use the mornings to catch up on, reaching out to people. And I should have been doing that this morning, but I didn't. I really just needed that quiet reflection time. And, I read my devotion and, and I did some praying because, I have been, we have been through some rough spots in our lives, with my current husband and not with my husband. Like we've had, good times, we've had bad times, and we've really been through some rough spots. And I remember thinking, wow, we haven't had anything really hard lately, and I should have been knocking on wood or whatever. But, I just, I felt like I had to thank God for that. And, and I know I thank him for the things that he blesses us with, but I really wanted just to take the time to really thank him this morning because I feeling really, really blessed today in so many ways. And I just felt so at peace, you know what I mean? Like I just felt just so at ease. And even though things have been stressful at work and I had that mega meltdown last week and, or the week before, I just felt super good. And I love it when I feel like that, when I feel just, I don't know, I kind of felt even empowered, you know what I mean? Like just that I could do anything today and that I could conquer anything and nothing was going to, you know, drag me down. And I just felt good. And I'm like, why can't I wake up every day like that? It takes me a little bit sometimes to wake up and think, oh, it's not going to be a bad day. You're going to have a good day. It's going to be just fine. But yeah. So I took advantage of it this morning, is what I'm trying to say, I guess. All right, so we got a few more to go here. And like I said, the little things are going to be a little uneven, but that's okay. We're good with that. And here. And there we go. We are getting closer and closer, you guys. This is going to be done very soon here. This is the last of my little gold spacers, which is good because I'm not going to really, well, maybe I would need more. I wonder if I have more. If I don't, you know what? We're going to ad lib and we're going to make do. We will make do with what we have and it'll just be beautiful. Doesn't even matter. Okay, so there's that. Now we need some more green ones. And let's put a little garnet in between these like I did on the other side or on the back there. Oh, that one's very, very thin. We don't want to do that. Sometimes I can find it right away, sometimes I can't. And when I can't, I give up and I grab a different one. There we go. See, that's how it works. You give up and you grab a different one. That's what you do. I'm honestly surprised I'm even going to have any of these little garnets left because I have used so many of them already that I thought I was going to go through them really fast. But there is a lot on that strand. There was a ton of them. They did not skimp on those, that is for sure. Oops, goodness. I'm hoping to do a couple more videos this weekend because I've got some things I want to show you guys and that I recently purchased and I think you would really like it. So I have some things I want to show you guys and things that I bought that I want to make some jewelry with. So I'm gonna look for the stuff to do the Shrinky Dinks Kids Craft, and we will do those too, which will be fun because I think I may have to do some of that from my kitchen, so I may have to move my stuff around, which would be fine. So it'll give you guys a little different environment too when you see me. I'll be in my kitchen instead. I'm having a tough time with these little guys. There we go. All right, so let's do this. Oh, you know what? I thought I was out of those gold things. Oh my gosh, after I just strung all that. I need to just stop talking. At least I didn't get all the way down to the end, right? Let's think of it in a positive way, I guess. I'll just keep grabbing the same ones I had before and they should go on pretty easy. There we go. See, not so bad. Not so bad. All right, and now because I'm out of gold spacers, we're just gonna kind of wing this here. we're gonna wing the end, and it's okay if it's not perfectly matching up to the other. We don't care about that. I mean, there's some stuff over here that doesn't match, right? The rest of the stuff that I did. Because it's gonna look beautiful no matter what we do. These colors are amazing. These beads are amazing. It's just gonna look fantastic no matter what. And okay, let's do some more of these little green chips here. Keep on going with our little garden theme. There we go. Let's do garnet. Do any of you ever shop at Cherry Tree Beads? I do occasionally when I see stuff, and they got like new tiny stuff in, and they have some really tiny like little drops in, and I keep thinking about getting some because they're just so pretty. And I thought, you know, those would make like the best chandelier type earrings. And they always have like a 20% off coupon or save 20%. So, you know, you can save on things, and their prices aren't horrible. They're actually pretty decent. You get good quality beads. And I keep thinking about doing it, and I might just have to bite the bullet and just do it and order some tonight and see what I think. But they are really, really pretty. Okay, so now before we go any further, let me make sure this is going. Okay, this is going to be so cute. All right, so what we know we need to do is we need to make sure this is going through here. So we're going to finish beading it through there, okay? Just like so. And we don't have much more to go, so it won't take us long. Let's do this. Oh my goodness, you little garnets. There we go. Whoop. And let's see. We are using some beads on this thing. It is on, you guys. We are using up some beads, and I love it. See if I roll these around a little bit until I can see if I can find where the hole is. Yeah, that worked a little bit better. Okay. All right, let's see if we can use any more of these little green chips. Yeah, that will work. Oh, that hole is way too. Yeah, some of these I may end up having to be like glue them on a piece, like a little cluster or something, which is fine because that would be kind of cool too if I found like a cute little charm that I wanted to make really, really pretty by gluing a bunch of peridot on it. Just some of them I don't feel comfortable putting on a strand. There we go. We are getting there. There. Okay, yeah, I love this green with this. It's almost like these colors were made for each other. It just looks so good together. All right, we're really getting there. Whew, I am like ready to be done with this one because it is taken, I know it said quick and easy, but I forgot how little some of these beads were, you guys, so I apologize for that. I hope you've enjoyed my company anyway, and that you didn't mind being with me for a little bit longer than what I had expected. Okay, so we are really getting ready to end this. We're gonna just do one here and just kind of round this out and be done with it because we need some room to do our crimp and everything anyway. So we're almost there. And one more of these guys. Oh my goodness. You know what the worst thing about doing fasting blood work is not being able to have coffee. Although I am really contemplating giving up my coffee and just maybe start weaning myself off and doing like maybe, I thought about doing like half calf because, you know, that doesn't have as much caffeine, and trying to wean myself off that way and enough to get down to decaf and then to nothing. I really want to be one of those people that just wakes up naturally ready to roll. And I don't think I've ever been that, but maybe I have, and I just don't remember because I've been drinking coffee for so very long. Anybody out there who's ever kicked coffee and survived, please let me know, because even when I was pregnant with my kids, I told my doctor, I said, I've got to have 1 cup of coffee a day. And he says, 1 cup of coffee is fine. So I was like, thank goodness, because I would have the worst headache. All right, so here we are. We have our little things to close this off. So I'm gonna put my crimp tube on, or my crimp bead on, and my wire guardian. And we are using jump rings just because I think it'll help it hang a little bit better. Sometimes they get stuck on these wire guardians and it does weird things. So let's put our crimp bead through there. Okay, come on. And 1 bead. Okay, and let's just try to keep that so it's in the right spot there, best as we can. It's not a perfect science all the time, but we do our best, right? Okay, let's go ahead and crimp that down. Straighten up that wire guardian because it looks a little funny. Okay, cut that off. And then let's hang our jump ring and our pendant on here. And you guys, we are finally done with this necklace. And I am going to try it on, and we're going to see how it looks. And I'm sure it's going to look pretty. There we go. All right, so here's our necklace. I think that turned out really cute. I really like that a lot. All right, you guys, I am going to turn this around and try it on so you can see what it looks like on a person, and I will be right back. Okay, you guys, so this is where it hangs, and you can adjust your heart to however you want to do this. And you can even go up a little bit higher if you wanted to. But here it is. I think it turned out really, really pretty. Yeah, there's a lot of the green and the gold in there, and you just got to play around with it, and I think it turned out really, really nice. So I hope you like this one. I know I liked it. It was really simple and easy to do, and like I said, it just fits right over your head, so it's not even a big deal. I'm glad I had you guys off camera because my little suction cup came off my window and it scared me. I jumped. You guys would have been laughing. So, but anyway, thank you guys so much for being here, and thank you for continuing your support for this channel. I know we all really appreciate it, and just knowing that you guys are really enjoying yourselves and you're taking something back with you is wonderful. And I am enjoying the conversations, even if I'm late to the game. And I'm enjoying seeing you guys like my Jody's Creations page, Jody's Jewelry Creations page. Thank you so much. I see that you're liking photos and stuff like that, and it really makes me happy that you're there. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you all. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. You know, it's shower pajama time, so I'm gonna be there. And there's Mr. Cheeto. He's, oh. Gotta make sure he's okay. All right, bye guys. I just want to let you know he's okay. Everything's fine, so you don't have to worry. It's been one of those days in here. So my other stuff's falling off. He knocked off the little platform. I'm gonna go fix it all for him and scoot that thing back to the window. Bye guys.